Hi, Miss Wright, the Writing-preneur here, back with another Sunday morning tutorial. Today's topic is going to be communications, verbal communication. Now, as a writer, communicating is what I do for a living, but verbal communication is also key. I really had to perfect my speaking, my language, my vocabulary in order to effectively convince people that I am the writer that they need. And so this is what we all need to do, because success really is about communication. And it's not about using a lot of long, big sounding words or sounding perfect, but what it is about is being able to get across what you're thinking or feeling or want to do in a concise manner that is clear and it comes across as very confident and intelligent. So, number one, I would say that will help you in your communication is to stop using filler words. I have 3 filler words that are at the top of the list. The first is basically. And people tend to use basically a lot, and we allow each other to get away with it. But here's the little secret. If you use basically in your language all the time, it comes across as you're not very smart. Now, it doesn't mean you're not smart, but when you say basically a lot, it just shows that you don't have a well-developed vocabulary and you have not really flexed your communication muscles yet. Because when you say basically a lot, it's really a filler word. It doesn't have actual meaning in a sentence if you actually stop to listen to someone. Listen to someone speak. When you're talking to people, listen for the word basically. And people will say, basically, it's like this. And it really doesn't have, it doesn't add any meaning. So filler words are words that you use because you really are not confident in communicating. And you're not able to string words together, and your mind and your mouth are not in tune. And that's a really key ingredient to effective communication, that you're able to think and speak in accord. And when you are using filler words, it means that you're trying to give yourself a little time to figure out what you're going to say. And, that's not a sign of acute intelligence. So you really want to come across as intelligent as possible and really mature your communication skills. So really pay attention to how often you use the word basically in a sentence. The second word is like. Now, back in the 80s, that started with the whole quote-unquote Valley Girl thing. It's like this, it's like that, and it's a complete filler word, and it is a sign of low intelligence. Even if you are an intelligent person, it sounds like you're not. You don't want to use like all the time, because a lot of times it's just a nothing word that just is there to take up space, and it sounds like you can't really put together sentences. So the third word is, let's see, you have basically, you have like, and you have kinda. It's kind of like this. And a lot of times we're not really using a comparison to something. We're just using it as a filler word, to express something, and it really shows our lack of decisiveness. If we feel a certain way about something, we should say, this is how I feel, not I kind of feel like this, because it shows a level of weakness in a sense. So we want to be really clear and definitive about ourselves. Successful people are very definitive. They're not like successful, they're not kind of successful, they're not basically successful. So we really want to be definitive in how we speak, and it starts with how we think. So pay attention to the words that you use a lot and see if those filler words creep into your vocabulary a little too often throughout the day. And then once you begin to notice it, you can begin to work on it and expand the way you communicate. It is a skill. When you see people speaking for a living, doing videos, it takes a real mental discipline to be able to speak clearly without using filler words, without stopping, without going another filler word, and I've been guilty of the ums, and I'm sure many of you have as well. But we have to really practice, and practice, makes perfect. It improves. We have to just keep doing it until we get better. And I'm always improving, and so will you. So I hope that helps. Until next time, remember, keep writing, keep living.